Yo, what's up you guys? Joe Dobby here, back at it again with another deck profile for you today. This time I wanted to showcase something that I've been working on since I realized Megidramon was gonna be purple and red in EX-02. Beelzemon is obviously top tier, my number one deck that I will play, but this is a very, very close second, followed by Golfmon, which I am still working behind the scenes to kind of make good. But we'll just dive right into this really quickly. As you saw in the gameplay versus Eggman, this deck can pretty much take off very, very quickly, and the Megidramon deletion effect makes this deck significantly strong on the kickback, getting at you for kind of overextending, raising your Digimon that is 10k DP or less, and really punishing you for that. But that said, we're gonna dive right into it. The eggs that I'm running are 4 copies of Sunomon. Honestly, not a lot of value from Sunomon during testing. Really just get that from Lady Devimon when I can trigger it. And honestly, I didn't see Lady Devi at all. That said, I'm switching this out for just the draw one, trash one on deletion Demimera, so feel free to sub that out. But 1 copy of Yamon, this card has actually become super duper clutch. I might actually do 4 copies of Yamon instead. And the reason why is Megidramon is a 13k DP Digimon. With 10 or more cards in your trash, which you will trigger off Digibursting, off just swinging into things and swinging at sec doing chip damage, you can get Megidramon to 15k, which allows you to not only crash into your opponent's Digimon, but also allow you to swing at security fairly safely, or swing over Digimon actually at 15k. Next, I'm running very simple rookie lineup, 4 copies of the Guilmon, because I do want to keep Digibursting out Guilmon as top priority. I'm only bringing out Psychmon through, for example, like D-Reaper matchups or Imperial, etc. But Guilmon is the main kind of bring out here through the War Growlmon effect. Also very good because it's on deletion, gains you memory, and you use War Growlmon's inheritable that way. 4 copies of Lopmon, and Lopmon has been super, super good. It allows me to play Mimi for 1 memory, so I can keep turn and actually extend my plays. It allows me to go into Hero for 3, or my other Tamer Takato for 2 memory as well, which is a very powerful card. Next, running 4 copies of Psychmon, and this is mainly for the D-Reaper matchup. Feel free to lower this to 2 or 3, and adding, you know, another Digimon, maybe like a draw 2 trash 1 Gabu, cutting Guilmon to 3, cutting Lopmon to 3 to add more space for other rookies as well. Maybe Elekmon could be a really good choice as well. But that said, we're going into the level 4s, 3 copies of the Retail Devi. I haven't really managed to use Retail Devi yet very often, but I know that it could come clutch in times where I don't want to Digiburst because I know there's a bigger body that could crash into me, and I want to be in control of when I pretty much crash into my opponent's Digimon or pretty much trade. Any trades that are going to be happening, I want to be in control of that. I don't want my opponent to swing over me. So this kind of keeps my Digimon on the board for longer. Next, we're running 4 copies of Black Growlmon. Haven't managed to use its inheritable effect yet because I find myself Digibursting a lot to bring out the Gil. However, in certain matchups, once again, you could probably just stay a turn and then have that Gil raise from the raising area like itself on its own, and then you can start triggering Black Growlmon, Black War Growlmon. So, you know, depending on your matchup, you could speed up the pace through Digibursting, losing that security attack, or you could slow it down, wait for that Guilmon to raise, and then use the security attack and maximize its effects. Lastly, 3 copies of Devimon here, just your typical 1 cost blocker. This is super clutch into getting to your level 5 very quickly, because you want to get into your level 5 faster than your opponent does, because if you stay in raising, chances are they're going to raise that level 5 and then Digivolve into something to take full advantage. If you know your matchup, sometimes you can bait out, like if you keep a Psychmon or a Guilmon on the board, they could raise, Digivolve, and try to delete that Digimon. You know, or pretty much you're baiting out a Digivolve effect of their level 5, of their level 6, and then you come back on the push out with the level 5 going into your own 6 and popping something, which is really good. 1 copy of Lady Devi, as I mentioned earlier, when Digivolving, draw 2, trash 2. It's really just there for cycling, milling, and not really much else, honestly. This card has come absolutely clutch. In the mirror, obviously, well, not the mirror, but like the red Gallant deck, because your opponents also want to play Takatos. Your opponents also want to play Ties and all that. So punishing them early with an early Neo Devi is very, very good. Forcing them to play Tamers, forcing any deck to play Tamers for maximum amount of memory and gain 3 is just an absolutely strong skill. And a lot of Tamers are suspending. You've got Rikas, you've got Takato, you've got Cody's for yellow hybrids that might still be, in circulation. You've got like Ken and Davis for Imperial. A lot of these Tamers are actually suspending, so you can actually use its inheritable effect when you digivolve over it as well, and you're in charge of that timing. So you're pretty much good to go with this card, and it's been super clutch, really. And 4 copies of the Black War Growlmon, Digiburst 3, bring out a rookie, very beautiful effect, but the inheritable effect is what you're really there for. It allows you to swing, and then delete one of your own Digimon, gaining the effect through Guilmon, for example, and then unsuspending the stack, which is very, very powerful in this deck for multiple reasons. But yeah. 1 copy of Chaos Gallantmon here just acts as kind of like a Chimeramon, honestly. Like, it allows me to pretty much delete a level 5 by deleting one of my own Digimon, and then it allows me to constantly play rookies every turn. Like I can have a rookie swing, it'll die, and then I can bring out another rookie because of its once per turn effect. In addition to that, once you've kind of exhausted Chaos Gallantmon's, existence on the board, once you've used it enough, your Megidramon with the Black War Growlmon stack can pretty much pop this so it's in your trash, and then, in order to unsuspend and swing again, which is really good. 1 copy of Megidramon here, which is pretty cool. You both trash the top 5 cards of your decks. We all remember this guy. And on deletion, you can play a Digimon with Gallantmon in its name. That's level 6. So there's a couple cool things with this. Obviously, you can run the 1 Chaos Gallantmon, which is really nice. But you can also run this Megidramon. So you can bring out a 13k beater from that Megidramon, the other Megidramon being deleted, because the name of this Digimon and card is also treated as Chaos Gallantmon. It's Chaos Gallantmon in your deck, it's Chaos Gallantmon in your security, it's also Chaos Gallantmon on your board, it's also Chaos Gallantmon in your hand, it's also Chaos Gallantmon in raising, it's also Chaos Gallantmon in trash, which means on deletion, you can play a Digimon with Gallantmon in its name. And this is treated as Chaos Gallantmon, so you can bring out the 13k body, which is huge, and it also has an on deletion effect, allowing you to play Takato or another Guilmon in case you need that last check. If you wanna have something on the board, and your opponent has 0 Digimon, 0 security, you could probably like swing, delete, etc., just going wide as your Digimon are being deleted, which is pretty good. Next, running 3 copies of Crimson Mode. 15k is very good in your security if for Digimon without jamming. 15k is pretty good. They swing, they die, etc. And in addition to that, if I see it, I can Digivolve over the new Megidramon here because it's a red Digimon. And yeah, it'll delete all of my opponent's Digimon with the highest DP. As you saw, it was a great turn-ending play. I just wiped the board there because I had the opportunity to pop 2 Digimon for the price of 1. And when attacking, I trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, and if I have 10 or more cards in trash, I add +1 for every 10, which is really good. So I'm at least trashing 1 and swinging in for another, which is a very powerful effect. So you kind of want to turbo into Crimson Mode, depending on the board state and depending on how much memory you're willing to pass. And there's a few reasons you can do that in a much more efficient fashion. 3 copies of Crimson Blaze because this card is just absolutely amazing. In addition to that, it's a pretty safe bet. Like in D-Reaper, for example, they get super duper wide. So what you can do is Crimson Blaze, pop the board that is 6k DP or less, which is like all the searchers and all the other guys like the Jerrys and whatevers. And then you swing, because if you're swinging, at this moment, they can't play any security Digimon. So your gatekeepers and all that are just gonna go straight to trash, which is beautiful. 2 copies of Lightning Joust here. One of your Digimon gets +2k DP, so again, good for Megidramon to get to 15. With Yamon, it's going to be 17. Very scary card. And you get security attack +1. With the Black War Growlmon, that's 4 checks if you resolve everything fully. And it's just a very beautiful card to use in a deck like this. 2 copies of Blue card, and this card is super amazing because you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. You may Digivolve one of them into a non-white Digimon card. Crimson mode is a non-white Digimon card, and that's the only restriction. So you can actually go into Gallantmon Crimson mode for 3 memory, 2 if you have a Mimi out from the top card of your deck. Which means you're not gonna pass turn if you go into this. You're gonna pop some bodies, and you're gonna be swinging with the Crimson mode instead of the previous, the level 6, which is really powerful. And security, you play 1 Tamer card from your hand. So if you hit the blue card, all I'm doing is dropping a Tocado to set me up for next turn, because all my Digimon will have Blitz, pretty much. Apart from the 1 Megidramon. Next, running 1 copy of Mimi Tachikawa, which makes my blue card a 2 cost. With Lopmon, this Tamer is a 1 cost, which is super efficient. Crimson Blaze is gonna be a 5 cost -1 for every Digimon my opponent has on the board. Lightning Joust is gonna be free, which is nasty. Next we're running Hero, which is my memory setter, and it also adds more DP to the Megidramon. So 13k plus 2k plus 2k off Yamon, that is what, 19k plus Joust, that's 21k. I mean, pretty good. Lastly, we've got 3 copies of the Tocado, which is like when your opponent's Digimon's deleted, suspend to gain a memory. You're always going to be popping this, pulling this off actually. You can even pull it off with Devimon here, with Retaliation, and crash with the Devimon and then suspend Tocado. There's no Digimon restriction. As long as your other Digimon's deleted, or your opponent's Digimon's deleted, you gain a memory. And when one of your opponent's Digimon would Digivolve, well, when one of your Digimon, would Digivolve into a Digimon with Gallantmon or Growlmon in its name, this Digimon gains, when Digivolving, Blitz. So, Black Growlmon will have Blitz. Black War Growlmon will have Blitz. Chaos Gallantmon will have Blitz. Megidramon will not have Blitz. Megidramon here, which is treated as Chaos Gallantmon, will have Blitz. And obviously, Gallantmon Crimson mode will have Blitz. So, very, very powerful card in the deck. There was a play where I Digivolved into Megidramon, popped a level 5, and then blitzed over a level 6. So I killed 2 things in 1 turn, and actually Digivolved into Megidramon for 4 memory because I had the Tocado on the board and managed to suspend Tocado, right? So it's actually a very, very powerful thing. You can even... One thing you can do as well is if you've got a Black Growlmon and a Tocado on the board, you can take a chance here and blue card. And then if you reveal Megidramon, you are not only destroying a Digimon, but you are blitzing. If you blue card and pass turn. So one thing you can do is if you're at 2 memory, which is an awkward amount of memory, right? You can blue card putting yourself to 1, Digivolve into Megidramon, blitz over something, and then pop something else that's 10k DP or less. If they only have 1 Digimon, then you're just trashing top 5 cards of their deck. You're disrupting their deck. You're disrupting their draws, which makes it super powerful. But that is the deck, y'all. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like the video if you like it. It helps the algorithm and it allows more people to see rogue deck content, which is pretty cool. Anyways, take care. Peace.